All right, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the 2K to 10K flip challenge. We're going to jump straight into today's video, but for those of you who are new to the channel and this is the first time you've seen any of my videos, I want you to know that I've gone ahead, and I want to say this in the beginning of all my videos, I put some resources together for all of you guys to understand better about what we're doing. First things first, the first resource is it's pinned to the homepage of my YouTube channel. It's gotten 2,000 views in the last 18 hours. That's crazy. You guys are clearly loving it, but it is the full strategy breakdown. It is about a 35 minute video where I really took my time to explain exactly what we're doing. The beginning of the video is the foundation. It's understanding what we're actually doing. And then once you actually have an understanding of what we're doing in the markets, how we're trading, then I go into a resource, I've put together. I'm going to show you here in a second. And on top of that, also showing you what it looks like to sit down on the charts and actually trade the strategy from start to finish. So this strategy video is right here. I'm going to still try to break down as much as I can in this video and in every video for the daily trades that we take. But check this out on the homepage of my YouTube here. And then on my Twitter, which the link is in the video description, you can follow me. I would much appreciate that if you're going to go here and grab this link at the top. This link is a resource for you that's in my Twitter that is going to show you the framework image of what we're trading, the candle continuation theory, and then it's also going to give you a daily checklist. It's about 5 things that you just got to check off with images. It's going to be the same things that you see in my trading videos, and then you're going to see some trading rules. This is a basic framework, a basic foundation for you guys to basically start putting these things into practice and to be able to refer back to instead of always having to maybe come back to a daily breakdown video or even the longer strategy video. And then also on my Twitter, I'm also putting out just kind of resources and notes and different, content for you guys to basically get a better understanding of the practices we are following. So without further ado, we will jump into today's trade, which I put at 1-to-1 risk to reward. Even in this video right now, we might fully go and hit this draw on liquidity up here. This liquidity right here that is probably running to is a liquidity grab of a previous liquidity. That doesn't really matter as much to me because some of you guys asked about that. I'm always just trying to target this furthest untouched point, even if it had grabbed previous liquidity. Now, the reason I put it at 1-to-1 today, though, is we are coming off a holiday. I took yesterday off. I said I wasn't going to trade, and then we're back today. But traditionally, I've been trading for 5 years. Traditionally, surrounding the holidays, no matter what strategy I've traded, price doesn't really make full moves on the holiday or surrounding the holiday, at least right after. So next week's going to be a fresh week where I'm going to feel more comfortable putting full take profit. But I had to step away from the charts after I entered this trade, and I was like, I'm just going to put it 1-to-1. It's the day after Thanksgiving. We're gonna go and we're going to just hit a base hit. That's my favorite thing to do on holidays is just hit base hit in the day after holidays especially. So it might even run to full target here in this video. I don't really care. It's Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving. We went 1-to-1. I'm gonna break down the trade, but also what I'm gonna do too is I'm going to break down, and you're gonna get a lot of value out of this if you've been watching this series for a while now. I'm going to break down some things on Euro US dollar, Pound US dollar, and US dollar franc that happened yesterday and show you guys how kind of how I know the markets might start to be shifting and basically show you how the trades played out, but they didn't fully play out, if that makes sense. But before we do anything else, let's jump into today's trade. It was just an obvious CCT setup. Basically, we had Thursday closing higher than Wednesday. You can see, let me get this right here. You got this candle closing higher than this candle. And so I just drew on the high of Wednesday for price to return to on Friday, which is today. And basically we wanted it to close back below. I go over these, you guys can see the day started. We'll put the day started like right here at 5 p.m. And then price, made its way higher a little bit. And then it came and it retraced back to that Wednesday high that we wanted to retrace back to. Now we want a series of things to happen once it does that. We want the very first thing to do is it to close through Wednesday's high. So that's what it did right here. You can see we're on the 15-minute now, mind you. We're using the daily and 15-minute. You can see The 15-minute closed below on this candle right here. And then now we need a few things to happen. We need it to close back above Wednesday's high, which we get on the very next candle. If you would have entered that, that would have been crazy risk reward, but that's not enough confirmation for me. You need either the candle range to flip, which you can see, this is the candle range that we're in. It's this candle right here, the candle that actually closed back below Wednesday's low. And you could see this is the low of it, and then this black line up here is the high of it. I'll make it a little darker so you can see it. We need it to flip that and or get an inversion fair value gap, which on our entry candle, it actually gives an inversion fair value gap, and it gives a close higher than that candle range. The reason you want candle ranges to flip higher too, by the way, and you don't need the inversion fair value gap, you just either need one or the other. So in this case, we got both on the trade, which was even more of a confluence. I was like, we're definitely hitting this base hit for sure. And so once you have both of them, especially. But yeah, once that candle range is flipped, that shows us on the 15-minute that essentially we're basically, we switched directions. We switched 15-minute trends. The 15-minute trend has retraced down to Wednesday's high, and then we pulled back above it, and now we switched trends by switching candle directions on the 15-minute. And then the trade, immediately went into drawdown, but it still held. It still held where we put our stop right below there, and basically, yeah, it just ran up after. So I put it at 1-to-1 because it's the day after the holiday. But ideally, just so you guys know, this is fully where you want to target. It is that draw on liquidity. It wouldn't have been much more. It would have been like 3 pips more. The market's just not moving that much. I guess it's just AUD USD as well. So yeah, that was the trade today, guys. It was a super simple, super easy trade. And yeah, I don't even know if I showed the account yet. 5,796, and then the account $206.08 trade. Sorry if I already showed this. I'm kind of going faster than my own good. So but yeah, 9.4 pip trade, up at our high water mark, almost at 6,000. 15 out of 17, absolutely insane. I keep saying in the series, I'm like, we're gonna go on a 20 trade win streak, just because it's such a solid strategy. It shows up every single day and it hits every single day. But we have constantly had like a little loss there and a little loss there, breaking our longer streaks. I think our longest one was 7 trades, yeah, and we're on a 3 trade win streak now. So we'll see if we can beat 7. I want to go for 20 at some point in time. We'll see if we can do it. But yeah, enough of this trade. I want to break down now for basically those of you guys who traded yesterday on Thanksgiving, some different things about what happened with Euro US dollar, Pound US dollar, and also US dollar Swiss franc. So I want to show you guys something. Let's do this. I'm just going to draw it up on all charts really quick. That way you guys can actually see. And this is going to be super interesting for a lot of you. We got that right there. And then we got US dollar Swiss franc doing the opposite, shorting right in here. So I want to show you guys something kind of cool. This is something that you can know maybe how the market's shifting. And this is also probably a better idea for where you're going to put, what's it called? Where you're going to put, break even. In this, if you guys know who Trader Kane is, by the way, Trader Kane trades futures, he trades NASDAQ, but this is how he targets price. He never goes to full draw on liquidity. I do, just because in Forex, I see it run there all the time. The only reason I didn't today is it's because it's the day after holiday. But this is Euro US dollar, for example. But basically, drawing liquidity is up here. You get an entry in here. If I'm going over this simply, and I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm kind of rushing through it just because I know people took these trades. Now, here's the thing. Price did not make its way all the way up. And this is what I'm talking about. During holidays, price will traditionally not complete its move. But forget the holidays for a second. This is also a sign that the markets could be shifting, because we've been having Euro US dollar climbing higher. We've been getting in long positions. But if you think it just failed and didn't go all the way up here for no reason, that's not the case. And that's not the case for every single pair. And I want to kind of share this with you guys because I have a deep understanding of premium and discount. I have a deep understanding of, basically percentage values, 50%, and so on and so forth. But you can see off of Euro US dollar, it basically reversed. Instead of full liquidity, it reversed off of 50%. So 50% of this move, specifically the pullback. So just so you guys know, a good place traditionally to put break even or to cover your risk or to even lock in profits, however you want to do it, I don't lock in profits, is going to be at 50% if you push 50% of the retracement. Because if it's not going to go to full liquidity, where is it the highest probability of it to go and reverse off of next? It's just 50%. And you could see that's what happens in here, and then price reverses. And the same thing with pound dollar. You guys can see, I think the entry was like up in here or something. But basically, the same thing with pound dollar. Pound dollar makes a good push, but where does it go? So this is just, I'm at the only reason, just because I know I'm going quick, the only reason you guys need to know this is to know when you should basically get risk free. You guys should get risk free at like these points in times if you're watching the charts. If you're not watching the charts, your risk to reward's so high. It's not a bad thing to suffer a loss here and there. You guys can see when the losses do come, they're pennies on the dollar. You know what I mean? Like 82 bucks, 110 bucks compared to all our winners. They're nothing compared to the winners. So you got to be trading like the size you want to be trading and that you're accepting to begin with. But just so you guys know that these reversals weren't random, it was because they were 50% of these retracements. It was the holiday, and the markets might be shifting. So we'll go to US dollar franc as well, just to kind of give you guys a very clean picture. US dollar franc was basically pulling back, and we needed it to get back below this level. It actually gives the real reversal right in here, and then or the real entry right in here. And I studied all this, even though I didn't trade yesterday. I did study all of it. And then price does go 50% of that retracement, and you can see that's exactly where it reversed off of. Even 50% was still a 3-hour trade. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys this in case you guys are wondering, like, why did those trades fail? Because I know people took US dollar franc, I know people took pound dollar, and I know people took euro dollar. Why did they fail? They didn't fail. The markets are just shifting, and they shifted off of 50% of the pullback specifically. And you could see that it happened with all of them. So this isn't random. It's not like it's just failing. It's just price pulled back and you were trading on a holiday. So all that being said, though, a lot of you guys probably did lock in profits because another thing you should do is if it gets to the close of the day, which you guys can see, I'll draw it on for all of them. The close of the day was over here at 5 p.m. So you would have been sitting in profits at 5 p.m. You probably don't want to hold the trade over into the next day, especially with it being a holiday. Same thing over here. If you were to draw this over to 5 p.m., this is where the market actually closed at. So you're sitting in 20 pips profit there. And then 5 p.m. over here, you're sitting in profit as well because it would be right here. And then it actually goes to 50% shortly after. So you get what I'm saying. I'm just trying to put you guys on game about a few different things, and it's all gonna come with time too. It's gonna come with time and experience. This kind of sucks. I called it in the beginning of this video. I think I even said I even think I said this might run to full take profit in this video. It doesn't matter. It's surrounding a holiday. With time and experience, you guys start to know how to navigate the markets a little safer. You get punched in the face so many times, you learn how to try to you learn how to avoid getting punched in the face, to say the least. So certain things like that would have been smarter. Maybe lock in a little tighter yesterday with it being the holiday, and then also today. Clearly not a good choice, but I wouldn't be saying that if the market tanked right after hitting 50% today as well. So I love you guys. This is it, really. I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving if you celebrated it. If not, I'm grateful for you, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. We got a video coming out tomorrow. It's going to be super good. It's a psychology video. It's kind of a psychology hack that I've learned over the last 5 years that I think you guys could put into practice. So if you want to check that out, look forward to it tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If not, I will see you guys on Monday for the next trading day, and we are going to continue on our road to 10K. Love you guys. Have a great day.